1979, it was my first year out of school, and I might add a boarding school. So I was ready to enjoy life. And I went to a ball at Sydney University, and in those days, you would pay a set amount and you would get the whole night, no extra charge. So you'd drink as much as you want, eat as much as you want, and there were bands. The bands that night, I'll never forget them, Anne Kirkpatrick, Richard Clapton, Mental as Anything, and Cold Chisel. So I was just in heaven, and I was right at the front, rocking out, and while Cold Chisel was singing, Jimmy was swigging from a bottle of vodka, and very kindly handed it to a few of us up the front, and we took a slug from it. Ride me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. It was a great night, and that was the first of a few drinks I've had over the decades with Jimmy.
Became friends with Paul 40 years ago, 35 years ago. Cold Chisel were a young band, and Paul's band, the Cockroaches, and Cold Chisel, we used to play the same sort of gigs. Both of our heavy touring schedules, we often crossed paths. And they were also very different personalities and had very different lifestyles. And I always got on really well with him. You know, Paul was one of those guys who loved music, who was so enthusiastic about music, and he knew more about music than I'll ever know. He still does. And he's a great singer. We shared a lot of the same musical tastes. I love rockabilly, and you know, there's a lot of rockabilly in Chisel and so many other genres and styles. And that whole love of music has been the basis of a long, long friendship. I've been waiting for years for Paul to do a solo record, and finally he did one. And not only that, you know, I was thrilled and honoured to get a Guernsey, to get asked to sing with him. Bob Dylan song that we did, You Ain't Goin Nowhere, is a great song, and when Paul suggested it, I just jumped at the chance. This is Paul's first solo album, as you can see. He looks like he's got the same hairdo as me. You know, I think we got the same barber. In one of many great memories over the decades, Jimmy asked me to sing with him at the Emerald Ball, which is an annual event which raises money for the Children's Rehab Unit at Westmead Hospital. And I'd sung with him once before on a early rock and roll song called Shake, Rattle and Roll. Just great fun. But he upped the ante a little bit. He said, you coming this year? And I went, yeah, absolutely. And he said, do you want to sing with me again? I said, sure, of course. And he said, great, we'll do Good Times, and you do the Michael Hutchence bit. So no pressure, but I've got to say, if Jimmy's on stage singing with you, that's all you need. It was great. Great fun, terrifying, and just awesome fun. During the pandemic, like good friends do, Jimmy rang up asking how it's going, what was I doing, and apart from walking a lot, I said, look, I'm thinking of recording. As I said to him, I'm going to do songs I love, and I love Bob Dylan's songs, so we did a Bob Dylan song, You Ain't Goin Nowhere. But he's a dear friend, he's a great singer, and I am absolutely thrilled to be a part of this record. Thanks for having me, Paul. No matter how steep, when we come up to it.